I'm in a losing conversation on Discord because I keep making typos out the yin-yang because I am clearly tired. So that being said, why not? What better thing to do, since I want to be productive, is come back and play some Would You Rather. We have not played Would You Rather apparently since May of 2020, so it's been a long time since we've done a Would You Rather episode. So I figured, why not? Would you rather, long story short, it'll give us two prompts and it'll say would you rather. We pick one, and then you can play along in the comments if you want to with your own answers. That's fine, and that's basically it. So we kind of just jump into it. So yeah, with that being said, I don't even remember where we left off because it's been apparently a year since I've been here. Let's see. So for example, would you rather know when you die or know how you die? Neither. You know, what we like to do here on the channel is we like to cheat. So I will gladly skip scenarios and stuff and like not have an issue with it at all, to be honest. Also, what I didn't expect is now that I've started talking, especially with some bass in my voice, how thirsty I actually am suddenly. And so, yeah, that's interesting. Know when you will die or how you will die. I feel like if you know how you will die, you'll take the steps to avoid it. Final Destination style. So it might still come after you, but if you know when you die, like, I feel like that kind of sucks. It's almost like some Unus Annus level. You have a clock, like a timer, and you know when it's coming. Like, you don't know how, which I think makes it even worse, because you know it's going to happen at that point. You just don't even know that it could be a meteorite just come crashing through your ceiling, blow your whole house up. Like, that sucks. Versus if you know how you die, maybe you can take preventative measures. I guess I'll go how then. And because people are smart, they agree with me. That's basically it. It's just going to give us two scenarios. It's just going to be like this for like a couple minutes, and then there we go. So, you know, there you would you rather. Drive a bright red smart car, be spanked by Rosie O'Donnell every morning. Oh, so we're going to be hit with stuff like that. I could not have prepared you for that. I apologize. Hold on. Hang on a second. Wait a second. Of all the times that we've played this game, I don't know if I've had such diverse options before. This is a first. I'm going to drive a bright red car. I don't know where this one came out of left field. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Get 4 hours of sleep per night or get 15. Well, we already lived this one, so that's an easy one right there. The thing about 15 hours of sleep per night, that'd be too much of the day gone. I already have a bunch of friends that live in different time zones. I'd be missing them even more than I kind of already do sometimes if I'm sleeping 15 hours of the day away. That being said, sleeping more than 8 hours can kind of leave you lethargic too, so getting more than 8 hours isn't necessarily the greatest thing always. It's not necessarily terrible. I've seen people that have slept like good 10, 12, 14 hours and they're fine. But like, both have negatives is why this exists, in case you're wondering. It's like, isn't more sleep better? It can be, like if you haven't slept in a while or whatever, but like constantly sleeping 15 hours like every single day, that's actually, they're both the same. On December 21st, 2012. Oh, do y'all remember? Or are some of y'all too young for this? The world was supposed to end on December 21st of 2012. Like, that was the end of the Mayan calendar. It was supposed to be doom, and like, we didn't even know how exactly, but the Earth was just supposed to it was over. Maybe the planet just exploded. Who knows? It was supposed to end, and here we are almost 10 years later, it didn't. That was funny. A zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion? I'm gonna channel the Will Smith jokes and go with alien invasion, and then we just go into the jet and we just go into space and we blow them up with a nuke, and it's all good, and we ignore the sequel. Not saying you're not allowed to like the sequel. I'm just saying Will Smith wasn't in it, so you know. Zombie apocalypse, like it's hard. Because, like, here's the thing about zombie apocalypses. It's never just a zombie apocalypse. It's always then some also, like, human faction you end up beefing with. That just makes it even more annoying. Alien invasion, even if there's another human faction, the aliens is probably blowing them up too. So, like, they're not going to be annoying for long. You're not going to have to deal with Negan in an alien invasion for long, probably. There is no easy street. Fight Hulk Hogan or fight Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Bring yourself here, Dwayne. I'll fight The Rock. I don't care. I don't care. I'll fight anybody. Which is not necessarily a good thing, by the way. I just would, though. I'll throw hands with anybody. Not necessarily because I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna throw hands. Like, if we're fighting, there's no like negotiation point, and we're fighting no matter what, then I'm just throwing hands and it's fine. Look, whatever happens, happens at that point. Look, if one of the L's on your list in life was getting beat by The Rock, I don't think people are really going to hold that against you either, at least long. Okay? Okay. It's a really good drink. I think that is. Since I can't sleep, I think that was a good call on the cold drink. That's if you could only have one. Oh, Twitter. That's easy. I use Twitter every day. I'm gonna keep it real. I know a lot of people talk about doom scrolling and drama and stuff. I never see that ever on Twitter, and that's not to brag. It's just I never see that. I don't get where. Or no, I get where all the dislike of Twitter comes from. I just never see it. I'm gonna tell you a quick secret. For one, I changed my trending topics into a language I can't understand. So if I ever get on Twitter and something stupid's trending, I'm never gonna know. 2, muting people's retweets. When if they're someone that constantly retweets something that just sets you off, just mute their retweets. And don't even announce it. That's just gonna cause issue for some people too. Don't say I'm muting your retweets. Just do it and be quiet about it. And then if they're super political, for example, and politics sets you off, then there you go. You don't have to mute them. You can mute their retweets though, and then you can still enjoy them, and you'd never have to see any of that. And there you go. But also, I only really follow friends, and like, speak of the devil, that's what all these tabs are, is people I'm replying to. They never give me issue either, and that's just basically all my timeline is just them. So it's like, I don't know. Little bit of a side tangent. I actually still really like Twitter. I don't like Facebook. I'm actually IP banned from Facebook. That's a story for another day. We're just not going to talk about it. We're going to blow past that. Would you rather never be able to remember anyone's birthday or anniversary, or forget every historical date from the past and why it was important? Easy. I'm going to forget people's... Like, here's the thing. I don't talk about my own birthday. I don't really announce my own birthday. People get mad at me, actually, over my own birthday. But I absolutely love other people's birthdays. I'm all for celebrating other people's birthdays and partying, whatever. That's fine. On their birthdays. I'm down, right? I don't want to forget those, though. Also, anniversary. I don't really have an anniversary. I'm not married that I know of. I hope not. Has it already happened? I've already forgotten. Well, that's not good. Cheers. But look, here's the thing. I don't have a clue if I ever will be married, but I know that's a really bad thing. Just if the like movies obviously are movies for a reason, but like if movies and TV shows and anything are any indication, you cannot forget your anniversary. That's a no. That's a big old no. Do not forget that. But also birthdays. I like people's birthdays. Like I said, like I have friends that have birthdays in the coming months and stuff like that. That's going to be great. I don't want to forget those. They're great people. I want to remember when they were born. Would you rather have 20 million YouTube subscribers or produce a blockbuster action movie? Ooh. So here's the thing. I don't really talk about my YouTube ambitions often because they're kind of boring. And by boring, I mean they're probably not interesting to other people. They're interesting to me. I don't know if I'd ever want 20 million YouTube subscribers, only because I don't think I do enough to deserve that. But let's say hypothetically I picked that one, right? What does the world look like suddenly, right? Suddenly, financially, I'm stable doing YouTube. And I'm not really much of a materialistic person. So a lot of the money I'm about to be making is either going to charity, I'm dumping it on my friends and other people, or I'm just saving it. Because I don't have the desire to spend a lot of money, to be honest, after the financial stability. Maybe we splurge like a little bit in terms of like making sure we have up-to-date software and stuff to be able to continue making videos. But beyond that, like it's all going to savings anyways. And so when one day, if that wave ever ends, I still got a bunch of money saved up. 2, that's a lot of influence, all right? I don't like using the term influencer because that's a very broad term in my opinion. Like Denzel Washington or Idris Elba, they're influencers if we want to go by the logic of who has a lot of like fans and like influence, right? Like that's not specific enough, but bro, speaking of things like charity and stuff, the amount of things we could do with that kind of a number would actually be kind of sick, low key. I'm not gonna lie. I know that sounds cliche, but honestly, that's all I really care to do if I ever had a lot of money, would be stuff like that. So that would be cool because we could do things like that. However, I don't know if I want to produce a blockbuster action movie per se, but being able to do like some sort of massive video project in this space would be kind of cool, I think. Especially like I joked about things like Unis Honest and stuff like that earlier, but like there's a lot of YouTubers that have been around for a long time who have started doing like really super creative things that I'm like, I kind of want to do something like that one day. Not specifically that or those things and like copy them, but like it's gotten like to creative juices flowing, and I have several ideas that it would be cool to kind of do something like this. And then with something like this, I could also include friends in a project like that too, that also would probably be interested in doing something like that. I'll go with them. I'll go with this because I feel like we could just do this with this. We'd have the influence, I suppose. Would you rather be in jail for a year or live in complete isolation in the mountains for a year? Oh, well, 2017 is calling for us. Let's not get into that. Would you rather eat Lay's potato chips, eat Pringles? I guess Pringles. I'm trying to find like an interesting one to end on. These ones, be a mall cop or skip. Would you rather have 17 testicles, have one testicle but it's the size of a coconut? Isn't that like the same thing? Because if you had 17 of those suckers, it's essentially the same. Or are they like spread out throughout your body? Like you have 2 under your chin like Men in Black. If you were given the responsibility, would you rather inform a room of first grade students that their favorite pets have died tragically, or explain to a room of first grade students how sex works in graphic detail? Oh, we're doing this one. 100%. That one's free. We're doing that one. Hold on. I don't know if that's a good one to end on. Dang. Dang, would you rather know who killed Tupac or know who killed Biggie? Know who killed Pac, I guess. Okay. This was kind of funny. Have unlimited money but no access to women. Or be surrounded by women but be poor. That's kind of a funny one. I kind of am poor. And like I have a lot of friends that are women. Not necessarily surrounded, but I mean like this is closer to reality. Like unlimited money but no access. I don't know how that even works. Like, ooh, maybe this is a good one to end on. Would I rather jump forward 10 years of my life or go back 10 years of my life? I feel like personally, if I had to choose, I would probably go back 10 years in my life. Only because it's one of the things I'm realizing. It's when I say I'm old, I finally realize what I'm actually saying when I say I feel old. It's not that I feel old, it's more like it took me too long to find the friends that I have now that I wish I would have made sooner, essentially. That's what I'm actually feeling. I finally narrowed that down, like sat down and like, you know, like worked that out. I'm like, no, it's not that I'm old right now. I just wish that the friends that I've made, most of them within like the last year to half decade, I would have met a long time ago, because there's certain things that I went through that would have been different with the support group that I have now that I didn't have then. So I probably would go back 10 years and see if I could like find people sooner, I guess. I don't know, but like, yeah, that might be the one I end on, because we could do this all day probably. So I'm going to end the video there. Thank you so much for watching the video. Comment with your own answers in the comment section down below. But I don't know which video will be next. We're just going to have to wait and see. So until next time, take care and enjoy pizza responsibly. Thank you for watching.